A fat man clutches a safe as he frantically flees, with two men in hot pursuit behind him. But there's a twist. This fat man is actually a zombie. In a desperate attempt to escape, the corpulent creature leaps to the upper floor. The men draw their guns, taking aim at their undead target. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a car comes barreling towards the zombie, running him over. Yet mere moments later, he rises to his feet, completely unscathed. You see, he's no ordinary law enforcement officer. He's Nick, a cop from the underworld, blessed with immortality. Just 3 days prior, Nick was your average run-of-the-mill police officer. But during a mission, he was betrayed by his partner. When Nick came to, he found the world around him had come to a standstill. As he stepped out of his house, a massive vortex appeared in the sky, sucking him in. Next thing he knew, he was in an office, face to face with a woman who informed him he had died. Now he had two choices: either be reincarnated or become an underworld cop tasked with capturing escaped zombies back on Earth. Without hesitation, Nick chose the latter. The woman led him into the police station where a zombie was going berserk. Several officers piled on, but even together they couldn't subdue it. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out, and the zombie disintegrated into dust. The shooter? None other than Nick's new partner, a cowboy who had died back in the 18th century. They were then teleported to a video store, marking their return to the land of the living. The man first took Nick to the cemetery to witness his own funeral and watch his grief-stricken wife depart. Unable to control himself, Nick rushed over to her, but to his dismay, his wife didn't recognize him. To make matters worse, Bobby, the guy who killed him, told him to get lost and then walked off with Nick's wife. Perplexed, Nick asked the man why no one could recognize him. The man explained that underworld cops couldn't use their real identities on Earth. To the eyes of the living, the two of them looked completely different. Nick had turned into an old man, while the cowboy now appeared as a sexy blonde bombshell. With his final personal matter settled, the man took Nick to embark on their first mission. According to intel, an undead creature was hiding out in this building. The man bought some food before they started their operation. They knocked on the door, and the man who answered eyed them warily. Despite their interrogation, the man refused to answer. But then, Nick's partner suddenly pulled out the food and started eating. The undead creature couldn't resist. He was desperate to eat. His body began to tremble, and finally, he revealed his true form. Nick tried to handcuff him, but the creature ripped off the fridge door and hurled it at him. He then grabbed a carton of milk and attempted to flee. Nick grabbed his hand, cuffing the two of them together. However, without hesitation, the creature tore off his own hand and smashed it against Nick. As he made his escape, he poured the gold from the milk carton into his mouth before leaping out the window. Due to copyright restrictions, if you enjoyed this, please feel free to watch the original movie titled R.I.P.D.